I want to ask you a question. Have you been setting the same goal year after year, and it's been 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you still have not been able to achieve that goal? Or maybe you achieve it partially, but you've not been able to achieve it to the extent that you want? If that's the case, then this lesson is for you. But get this, it's not just for you because it's as much for me as it is for you. And here's why I say that. For the last 7 years, I've set a goal every year to consistently do at least $10,000 in personal income a month. Keyword there, consistently. There have been months where I've hit that or more, and there's been months where I did zero. So it has not been consistent. In order to hit that goal, I've gone on to get desperate, make bad investments, trust the wrong people, get into massive debt, all with the aim of hitting a consistent income of $10,000 a month. At the end of the year 2024, I sat with myself to take stock yet again. But this time, I allowed myself to be brutally honest. And in that process, I discovered three things, three keys to massively crushing my goals in 2025. And as I implement them, I want to share them with you. Maybe you would want to come along on this journey with me. So let's get into it. What does it take to massively crush your goal in 2025? The first thing I put it to you that's required is a change of environment. Here's what I mean. You see, if you've been trying to achieve a particular goal for at least the last 3 years and you've not hit that goal, it's no longer an issue of clarity. It's no longer an issue of whether you're clear on the goal, because chances are you know exactly what you want to achieve and you know why you want to achieve it. And if you don't, then maybe this video is not for you, because then that's a separate lesson for that. But I'm speaking to you if you know the goals you want to achieve, you're clear on them, and you've probably achieved it partially, but not to the extent that you want, not with the consistency and the impact that you want. And that could be because the environment in which you find yourself does not support the goal that you want to achieve. Now, in my case, my current environment supports it to a certain extent. If I work in a certain area, like those, if you know me, you know that I work in development consulting. And there are development consulting projects that will allow me to earn $10,000, $15,000 in a month, 30 days. But those are not frequent. They don't come every single month. Aside from that, given my skill sets and given the things that I have affinity for, My environment does not allow me to do 10K a month consistently. Because of what? One, distractions. You see, I'm what you call a multi-potentialite. And if you don't know what that word means, look it up. Multi-potentialite. I've got multiple skill sets. I absorb new knowledge easily, quickly. And this allows me to be able to pivot easily. And because of that, when I find myself not creating the income from a particular skill set, then I pivot to another one, not allowing the consistency required to get to where I want to be. The environment that I find myself in doesn't support it. Now, that may be the case for you. The environment you find yourself in may not be supporting your goals at the moment. It may be that your environment is toxic. It may be that you find yourself in the midst of the wrong friends. It may be that the people around you are draining you and stressing you out. It may be that you have to trust the wrong people, like in my cases. It may be that you're trying to, your environment has pushed you to the point where you only living in survival mode and you cannot create. So the question is, does your current environment support the goals that you want to achieve? Now, it's not a question to answer abruptly. You need to sit and think about it and take an assessment of your environment. How has your environment impacted your ability to achieve your goals? Has it been supportive? And the truth is, you will know. And if your environment has not been supportive, and then of course, the very first thing you need to start thinking about is, how can I change my environment? Changing your environment might mean changing your neighborhood, or changing your city, or maybe you remain in the same city but moving to a different part of the city, not just the neighborhood, but a completely different part of town. It might mean changing your country, or even your continent. I don't know what the answer is. But I will tell you this. A weak person in a strong, supportive environment will crush a strong person in a weak environment any day. This I've come to realize. This I've come to learn the hard way. So, is your environment supporting you? If you're going to crush your goals this 2025, the first thing you need to think about is, how can I change my environment? Now, if your goals are associated with your environment, then of course, it's likely that your environment will support the goals. All right. So if you have, for instance, a physical business that has a social component tied to the environment you find yourself in, okay. Then it might mean that, all right, part of your goal is to support the environment, and then maybe you need to make some adjustments on the goal. Or if you have political ambitions, of course, then you might have to remain in that environment because that's where you have political capital. But if you are an entrepreneur that's not constrained by environment, your goals are not tied to your environment, then I put it to you that you need to consider changing your environment. No questions asked. If you're an entrepreneur that's in the digital space, oh, that's easy. If somebody ask, it really doesn't matter, because in this day and age, you can do your business anywhere in the world. So if you have a business and you have a heart and affinity for that environment, the environment does not support it, pack up and find another environment that will accept you. But that is the first key. The second key to crushing your goals in 2025 is to plug yourself into a support system. Trying to do it by yourself, you may get lucky, but it doesn't hold water for a long time. You see, when you're working towards your goals, everything is not going to be bread and butter. Everything is not going to be easy. There are going to be times where you will face challenges. There are going to be times where things will not work out the way you expect it to be. And in those times, you need people that you can call on. You need people that you can share with, people who are like-minded, people who understand what you're dealing with, people who can offer you the kind of advice you need, even if it's uncomfortable. So that support system could be having a mentor. Now, be careful who you take on to be a mentor, because that's one of the mistakes that I made. Aligning myself with the wrong mentors. And I have a video that I talk about that. I'll put it up somewhere. Either here or here. I'm not sure yet. So it might be that you align yourself with the right mentor. It might be that you have to hire a coach. Somebody who has achieved what you're trying to achieve, or who has the ability to hold you accountable, who understands, who gets you and gets what you're trying to achieve and can help you get there. Somebody who you can bounce ideas off of. Somebody who will challenge you. Or it may be that you join a mastermind of like-minded people who are all working towards a goal, and you can meet and share ideas. But I can tell you, if you're going to crush your goals in 2025, you need a support system. No two ways about that. You either join one or you create one. The third key to crushing your goals in 2025 is to take massive and consistent action. You see, and this one is usually affected by the first one. Massive and consistent action. Not getting distracted by shiny objects. Not getting distracted by people who have their own agenda and believe that you can help them. And throwing your own agenda away. If you're going to crush your goals, you've got to identify the actions you need to take. You need to have that strategy and the tactics clear, and you need to take massive and consistent and progressive action towards your goal. So let me recap. Change your environment. Plug yourself into a support system. Take massive action. In the comments, in the description below, I'm going to share a resource with you. A resource that will help you decide whether your environment supports you now, and help you identify the level of actions you need to take. When it comes to the support system, that's something that you will figure out. If you're committed to achieving your goal, you will figure out the kind of support system you need. And if you can't figure it out, drop a comment below, let me know, and we can hop on a quick 15-minute call to explore what's possible. But please, if you're committed to your goals, if you're going to achieve your goals this year, if you're going to crush them, change your environment, get support, take massive and consistent action. Until next time, be safe, be well.